Hello, friends. Welcome to Saturday Morning Comics. It doesn't feel in my head like a Saturday, but I think it's because I hung out on YouTube yesterday morning. But welcome to Saturday Morning Comics. I'm John from John's Comics with Kids, and we're back for another Saturday hangout morning time together. I got a ton of comic books to talk about. I got I bought a lot of new single issues last week, way beyond what I normally buy. I've been down to one or two comics a week in average at most. But I bought a ton this last week. There were a bunch of new issue ones that had me intrigued, a bunch of tie-ins that I thought would be interesting. So I've got a little stack here, 5 or 6 single issues. I got an omnibus I've been reading. I got books that I want to share that I'm going to be giving away. So lots of fun things to talk about, lots of things to enjoy. But let's dive into our chat and say hello to our friends because it's already bumping this morning. Las Cruces, James, here's what's impressive to me. I posted this stream this morning from bed. I was making the thumbnail and just kind of laying around. He has commented within minutes of me posting the stream and putting it up. Like he was so much more on it this morning than I. I was absolutely impressed. And we got Kevin from NCBD Comics. What's going on, Kev? He was here about 40 minutes ago. Impressive. Legion of Comics was here. I was on his live stream yesterday morning, hanging out from the garage, trying not to wake up the family at 4:30 in the morning my time when he goes live every Friday. Usually I can't make it just because of how early it is, and I'm usually working Fridays, so it's hard for me to get up early and do a live stream and then jump in the car and go to work. This worked out beautifully because I was off Friday. So it was a lot of fun hanging out, chatting all sorts of silliness over there with the crew. So if you missed the live stream, you should go check that out. We got Magic Lasso in the chat this morning. What is going on, Ryan? And I want to say he's got some good things that he's going to be sharing on his channel soon, some new purchases. So excited to see the reveals and the shares for him. We got James DJ Wise in the chat, who I wanted to thank for letting Bethany use his YouTube channel last night because she was in my chat when we were talking about Sarah J. Maas books, but she was under his pseudonym the whole evening. So I appreciated that. We got Derek, one of my channel members in the chat. What's going on, Derek? Happy Saturday to you. I don't know if you picked up any new comics this week. I'd love to hear which ones you got. JP says, Saturday morning, should I be productive or listen to John rambling? I think we all know what I'm going to do. There it is. Quality decisions being made at the JP Budget Collecting household. Appreciate that. What is up? Well, Boar, happy Saturday to you, my friend. Hope things are going well. Scott, my Portland neighbor to the north, I hope things are going well for you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in April. Same with this guy, the bearded comic bro. Gonna see him that same weekend in April for the event for Jennifer from Comics Will Break Your Heart. A bunch of us convening on the city of Portland and specifically the Books with Pictures LCS. That was Jennifer's LCS in downtown Portland. Well, I guess it's not downtown Portland, but we will be convening there. So excited to see a bunch of these homies. We got DJ Links. He's got that notification bell clicked because he was right here when we went live. I appreciate you, DJ. I hope things are going well in your world, my friend. We got Ruben Guzman, my neighbor 5 miles away. What's going on, Ruben? I hope things are going well as you guys are prepping the house for incoming baby here in the next few months. We got Lady Fantastic. What is going on? Good to see you, Lady F. She's been all across the YouTubes this weekend. It's been great seeing her, and I've crashed into shows with her a few different times. Wellbore says Las Cruces is AI. It's possible. I mean, he is definitely working at an elevated level. That's what I will say. Gore Vidal is in the chat. Happy Saturday to you, Gore. I was chatting with Gore because I'm recording a podcast with some friends, the Comic Talkers group, and they record pretty far in advance, and they wanted to talk about a couple of movies, and one of them I had never seen before, and so I watched it. I think Wednesday, Thursday, something this last week, and I messaged Gore right after, and I was like, "You got to tell me if you've seen this movie because I think I hated it, and I want to understand psychologically like what's wrong with me that I hated the movie this bad." When I really dislike something, I tend to go into like a deep introspection to kind of understand like what is it? What's going on inside that really makes me loathe this thing, whatever it is. So I go to Gore for that advice right off the bat. Oh, Las Cruces, the bot is being set off, he is stuck, right? I remember a time when people thought I was a bot. Las Cruces isn't AI, he's dedicated. Fair. Absolutely fair. Uh, uh, if she didn't say it's because her phone was being used. Oh, I know those days. Justin Birch is in the chat. He was over on the Legion show yesterday morning. I was hanging out with Justin. Hope you're doing well, sir. I like the new haircut. Although I'm right there with you. I got the new haircut this week. So we got Eric from 9 Panel Grid. What's going on, Eric? Hope things are going well in your world. Lydia says I've been whoring around YouTube. It's a good time. It's a good time. Actual Dracula is in the chat, and I got a box here from Actual Dracula, but it seems like it's through another community member. So there's a box sitting over here that I will be unboxing this morning that has something to do with this gentleman, this fine community member, Adrian, right here. Let's see. What movie was I talking about? I won't give all my review because I want to save some for the podcast, but the movie was the Academy Award Best Picture winner, Palme d'Or in Cannes winner, Parasite, which was a South Korean film that was incredibly popular in like 2020. I think it was right at the beginning of COVID, and it was the first foreign language film to win Best Picture. And I finally got around to watching it. Yeah, I did. I really did not like it. I really did not like it. So there you go. And I believe it is on Netflix right now. Like they just got it on Netflix recently. So if you haven't seen it, see, here's the thing: when I really don't like something, when I strongly dislike something, it makes me question it. It makes me when I love something, I don't question it at all. It's like I just love this thing. But when I hate something, I want to introspect and understand, how did it trigger me? Like what buttons did it press inside of me? And with Parasite, it hit a lot of different things that really set me off. It triggered me in a lot of different ways, which you could argue is a sign of quality art. And I don't want to dismiss that, right? You know, that it gave me the feels, that it gave me big emotions is not a slight, because that's what a film should be trying to do. But when it does it in such a way that I never want to see the movie ever again, and that was my big takeaway when I got to the end, was cinematography was solid. Production design really nice, actors all really doing a great job, and I never want to see this movie ever again. That was my biggest. Those were my biggest takeaways at the end. It was a movie that felt like something that was designed. You know what? If you've seen Waiting for Guffman, the really funny Christopher Guest film, he's talking about his Backdraft musical that he did, and he's like, people don't want fire like poked in their faces, just poked. And that's what this movie felt like. Somebody had a branding iron and they were just poking me in the face with it the whole movie. And I was like, okay, like, I know you got me to feel something, but what you made me feel is something I never want to feel again. Well, there you go. That's me. That's my review of Parasite. And I'm apologizing to Scott. This is definitely something that, just not necessarily my thing. And I could understand having similar feelings to Snowpiercer. I feel like at least Snowpiercer had a hero to cheer for, somebody that I cared about, characters that I was invested in, versus Parasite. I was like, all these people are awful. Like, all these people are horrible. It is abrasive, is a great way to describe it. I think that's a very accurate term. And I only have so much time on this earth. I don't know how many movies I want to watch that feel abrasive to me, that poke you in the face. I can still feel the heat. Very funny. So you have to watch one movie again. Is it Parasite or Human Centipede? Oh my God. Well, see, at least Parasite didn't make me want to throw up. So that's a different kind of a feeling. Human Centipede just makes you want to puke. It's just nasty. I'm not a fan of like grotesque. I don't need grotesquerie to be like the function of my movie. So that was a little bit much. I think that movie, yeah, I just got a little, my coffee's coming back up, Lady Caroline. You're getting me in my throat there. Oh man, gotta hold that down. Snowpiercer was better, but yeah, that's just my thought. And Snowpiercer, it's funny, Snowpiercer and Parasite have the same theme, right? The same commentary on social class, right? So I feel like, I just, yeah, it didn't work. It- It's fair. It's fair. I felt like I said what versus watching Centipede and feeling like I said, "What?" So there you go. That was a different feeling. What is up, Shop for Comics? Happy Saturday. Sorry you came right into movies that make you go, huh? There you go. So there's a little discussion there around some movies that you might want to not see, movies you want to avoid, movies to walk away from. Don't watch. John's review of this movie reminds me of my feelings on Breaking Bad. I can acknowledge it was well made, well acted, and hated all those people who didn't want to spend time with it. So, yes, and I had a similar feeling on Breaking Bad. I got through 3 seasons of Breaking Bad before I had to kind of cut. So there you go. Rican is in the chat. What's going on, Rod? Good to see you, my friend. Like I said to John, I haven't seen it, but many people I know liked it. There you go. And I don't want to shame anybody that really likes it. Like Scott really liked it, and I can understand that the artistry behind it was strong. But I never want to be in that place again. I never want to watch it again. It was so unsettling, I guess is the best way to describe it. Which sometimes you go into a movie because you want to be made to feel something that is unsettling in some manner. I just don't often go into movies to be made to feel unsettled. That's not really what I'm going for. So there you go. I'm going to start the show off by sharing the members giveaway because I know some friends who are members are in the chat. Next Saturday, I'm going to spin the wheel and I'm going to be giving away a trade paperback, which I'll let some people, the winner can choose from a whole ton. I got a ton of trade paperbacks. They can choose the trade they want, but they're also going to win this gorgeous Lucas Wernick X Factor Polaris cover, which is a stunner. And they're also going to win this John Tyler Christopher Doom Negative Space cover. So I'm giving away both of these to the channel members this month. So one lucky channel member, maybe it's Rod the Rican who's there in the chat. I'm going to spin the wheel next Saturday to give away these 2 books and a trade paperback next Saturday. All you got to do is be a member. Channel member sometime for February here, so that when I go to check who is a member at the end of the month, I'll find your name and spin that book for you. You could be the lucky winner. So there you go. Those are on the wheel for this next month, and I will mention those again here at some point. Breaking Bad talk isn't breaking my heart at all. I understand. It's fine. Really fine. I'm fine. It's fair, Eric. I know that this is often considered number 1 or number 2, A or B, with Sopranos as the greatest television shows ever produced. They both just aren't for me. I'm just the absolute moron who's still watching, Lost for the 27th time in my living room instead. So I'm that idiot. I'm a different kind of idiot. For me, the shows that I will watch again and again, and I know Carlito's in the chat, it's going to be X-Files, it's going to be Lost, it's going to be Battlestar Galactica, the new Battlestar, right, from a few years back. Those are going to be the ones that are my all-time, desert island, top few shows. The Wire and Hannibal would be in the second tier right underneath. I'm rewatching Hannibal actually right now. Those are really phenomenal shows that for me, I want to revisit for whatever reason, even though there are elements of The Wire that make me incredibly sad and frustrated. And there are elements of Hannibal that make me incredibly uncomfortable or unsettled. There's something poetic about the way that they are presented for me versus Sopranos and Breaking Bad never felt poetic to me. They just felt repetitive, I guess. So that's just me. I'm an idiot about that stuff. John Tyler Christopher always bringing some heat, and that Doom cover is so good. I got 1 for me and 1 to give away. So that's why I'm throwing that out there. Yes, Battlestar Galactica needs more love and respect. I do feel like it's one of those shows that when it was on, everybody was talking about it. And then now that it's done, I feel like it kind of floated away, not often getting talked about as much. Breaking Bad was great, but its rewatchability factor is far less than the other shows John mentioned, especially Sopranos, which is the GOAT. And I know that you feel that way, and I appreciate that. I don't know where Hannibal is right now, Rod. I bought the discs, and they all came with like season passes, and I loaded them onto my digital streaming services. So I actually have them at any time I want. There's only 3 seasons of Hannibal. So when I bought a boxed set, it came with the codes for all of them. So I can, so with Hannibal, it's one of those things I can load them on my phone or my iPad and watch an episode. You know, if I want to freak people out on an airplane, looking over my shoulder at what the heck is that guy in the seat in front of me watching, I can do that with Hannibal if I really, really want. I need to go and expand my Star Trek, because I know Deep Space Nine gets a lot of love, and I of course have done the original series a few times, the the Next Generation a few times, and I'm a Star Trek fanboy. But I, for whatever reason, never got into the other series beyond those two, and I do need to get better about going back and rewatching them. But it's so hard to find that time. So true. And you know what I realized, Eric, was Gillian Anderson is a goddess. Gillian Anderson needs a statue somewhere. She needs some kind of praise, because I'm rewatching Hannibal and she's phenomenal as Bedelia on that show. She's Hannibal Lecter's therapist, which if you ever had a job you don't want in life, that's the one right there. Don't be Lecter's therapist. Bad gig. But she's so great. Obviously, X-Files launched her in the stratosphere. And then there's a great show on Netflix called Sex Education that she's in as well. She plays a mom in that, and she is so flipping good. I have yet to be ever disappointed by her. She is such a strong performer and brings so much intensity and so much like great character work to her acting. I just absolutely adore her. So if I see Gillian Anderson's name, I genuinely will kind of check it out. Rod, I think you would enjoy Battlestar Galactica. It's good sci-fi, little, dog fighting, aerial, outer space fighting, lots of good stuff. Yes, I have as much as my psychology for what I hate often includes despicable characters that I can't stand to spend time around. I love Hannibal. I want to spend more time around Hannibal Lecter as a character. I think he is fascinating. I think the things he is so astute and self-aware. He is awful and despicable and disturbing. He's like Iago in Othello. He is so like larger than life. But I also am fascinated by him. He is so charismatic of a character, and Mads Mikkelsen is my Hannibal. He has taken over. He is so vastly superior to Anthony Hopkins, but he's had more time on screen. And he absolutely creates this charismatic person that sucks you in. You could understand why people would be tricked by him. He is that good. Just finished working on a video for DC. Super excited to share it. Everybody next week. Nice. You got to subscribe to that Legion of Comics. Be over there because he's doing several live streams. He's going to do one on Sunday. His spoiler-filled look back at the week, Sunday nights, Friday mornings, his live stream hangouts. His DC stream in the middle of the week, I usually catch while I'm at work. So lots of good things happen over there with Legion. I appreciate that. I've never seen Deep Space Nine either. Okay, well, we're together. The G-Man is going live right after I am done. He is doing what I hear is a potential send-off, a break for the G-Man's show. So I definitely want to be in the chat over there for that and say, wish him well and send him off, right? Deep Space Nine and Voyager. I heard good things about Voyager. Never watched it. I'm way off. She is a treasure and a badass. There it is. I'm glad other people feel the same way I do, because I could speak Gillian Anderson's praises for life. Sometimes I switch to X-Files as my fave, but really stuck on Sopranos. It's fair. That's fair. But I would also say this, Carlito, and I don't think it gets said enough. It's not fair to judge an HBO, we did 10 episodes a season show, to a mainstream channel doing 24 episodes in a season show, and they're doing it with commercial breaks and all the things that you have to do on regular television versus on streaming services or on HBO. So I think it's an unfair example to compare something like Lost to The Wire or The Sopranos to X-Files, because those shows in the same year with the same budget had to make 24 episodes instead of 10, and yet also have to fit in commercial breaks and make ad executives happy and do all these other things. So that's my frustration. Yes to this. Yes, 1,000 points, Eric. Yes, all the way. And eventually I will probably end up doing one of my television show look back shows. I've done Ted Lasso. I've done The Wire. I want to do a Battlestar Galactica one, and I want to do a Hannibal one. Eventually, at some point, I will get around to doing that. I just haven't had the time. But I've done Lost, I've done The Wire, and I've done Ted Lasso. So I will eventually get around to that one. What is up, Comic Cap Collectibles in the chat? Good to see all these awesome folks hanging with us. Brian Cox is a great choice. Underrated, underappreciated, kind of like a George Lazenby, James Bond pick, right? Like, I appreciate that pick in a big, big way. Hannibal is a lot like the judge in Cormac's What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me, Gore? Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I see what you did. I see what you did there. I think Anthony was more scary, but yes, Mads is a more realistic portrayal. So the problem that I have with Anthony is this. He has one exceptional film, one really mediocre film, and one dramatically flawed film. So he played the character 3 times and only came out with one solid home run versus every Mads episode was a home run. And so the consistency, like I can't watch Anthony Hopkins in Red Dragon. He is so over the top. He is like goofy. He's like comedic. He's like chewing the scenery. It's so bad. And in Hannibal, the screenwriting is so bad. Like, the idea that Clarice would run off with Hannibal at the end is just so stupid. So those 2 films really don't match Silence. Silence is so far ahead. It's kind of not fair, you know? So that's just me. Wayne is a hilarious series. If you haven't seen it, totally underappreciated. I haven't seen it. All right. Everybody likes Brian Cox, right, Lady F? He is fantastic. He is a very talented gentleman. Red Dragon isn't really about Hannibal, in my opinion. It's about Ray Fiennes. This is true. Dollarhide is the main sort of baddie in that. But every time Anthony's on screen, I'm like, oh my God, what silly thing is he going to do? And how is he going to like make him that? He could do so much in silence by just looking at the camera and talking slowly, but now he's got to like lunge at you and be like all dramatic. It's like so over the top. I'm like, oh my gosh. Deep dive on movies. Yeah, I love deep diving on these things. The stuff that you love, it's fun to get in on it. And so I that's why I love doing those TV show deep dive discussions. I think it was a lot of fun with Lost, Wire, and Lasso. If you haven't seen those, I got little playlists you can go back and watch the discussions. With Lost, I tried to go like season by season and go through like in order. And then I realized it was just overwhelming to do a show that way. And so with The Wire and Ted Lasso, what we did was we organized it by themes and kind of picked a few friends from the community that loved the shows like I did. And then we would discuss themes like divorce from Ted Lasso, right? Or a corruption from The Wire, and just get into the weeds on like thematic elements, which I thought was a way better function. You know, we would do 4 live streams and each time kind of nitpick in on a topic. So if I were to do Battlestar Galactica or get into the Hannibal series, I think what I would end up doing is something similar. You know, pick a few themes, get a few community members that were excited about those, and be like, okay, let's just get into all the weeds on these things a little deeply. Let's see. We got Lefty 62 Lefty Blues is in the chat, chatting with Wellbore, saying hi to him, and we got Lady F telling me I need to watch the Palm Royale with Kristen Wiig. I don't know that one. I love Kristen Wiig. She's hilarious. Sounds funny. Oh, we got a super chat from Marcus. He says, how much for you to do the whole show in an Irish accent? Marcus was shaming my Dungeons and Dragons character's Irish accent. He didn't like it. Is that a problem for you, mate? He doesn't like it when I talk in the Irish. It's more Scottish than Irish, actually, when I think about it. But you're right. Whatever you like, boy. I'll help you out here. I'll make sure you're a happy lad. Make sure we're doing things for you that make you feel good, make you feel happy. Let's see if I've got a video for you, Marcus, something that'll make you laugh. Here you go. How about this one?
Wow, a super chat. Thank you.
Just for you, Marcus. I do, you know, I'm a dancing monkey up here. I'll do whatever you like. You can't stop me. Kristen Wiig is Cheetah. This is true. But I don't know that we want to remember that so much. You know, sometimes we want to forget certain things. Yeah, that's Scottish. I mean, it's fine. I'll do what I can, right? Cardstock variants in the chat. I feel like I tuned in at a weird time. You did, but there's no normal time, so just welcome in. White Lotus. I have not watched the new season, but that's been a show that's been very entertaining over the first 2 seasons. I've enjoyed that one as well. We're deep in the television show weeds on this show. I was not expecting a TV show talk. I was not expecting that this morning, but it's nice. I appreciate everybody coming by and get a little sip of my coffee here. But let's get into the books that we read this week. I'm sure I'll come back around to this. Drop the kids. This bait and switch is getting old, says Craig. Yeah, I am due for a rebrand. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. There's 2 rebranding things: John's Comics and more, John's Comics with friends. So you guys tell me which one you might like better. Let me know. It's always a weird time. It's always a weird time. Yeah, John is talking equals weird time, right? That's what that is. So let's get in. First, we have issue 1 of Zatanna. This is a new series written and drawn by my man Jamal Campbell, really talented artist. They've got the A cover on the inside. I love his artwork. For those that haven't seen his artwork, I know it's quite digital. But I loved his work on Far Sector. If you guys didn't see that, that was a really great Green Lantern series. Artwork really, really strong. Trying not to hit my microphone so you guys don't get like knocked in the ear or anything. Ooh, can I get? Yeah, there. That's a little better. Got my shaky hands. Shaky hands. I really did enjoy the artwork on this. I think the story is set up very simply, but I very much enjoyed it. I like the little sleights of hand. Look, you have her doing like a magic trick across the middle, a little sleight of hand as she's having a conversation. This is about she's got a crew that works for her, a crew of young magicians. It's kind of, Strange Academy-ish in that way. Like she's got a crew of young magicians working with her. And while performing her, new stage act, some magic power sort of steals a lot of her people away. And she has to go through all these sort of dimensions and use her magic to rescue people from a character called the Lady White, which I don't know that I know. If you've heard of her before, you can let me know. I'm not familiar with her. But here you can kind of see her. The Lady White looks a little bit like, I don't know, the Ice Queen or something. She does have some of that Narnia, was it the Snow Queen or whatever going on there. I thought this was a solid issue number 1. I think I'm curious to see where it goes. Had some nice little twists at the end. This was a fun issue number 1. I'm not a massive Zatanna fan, but of course the character is very interesting in her relationship to the Bat universe and stuff like that. I like her as a member of the Justice League Dark. So yeah, John's Comics with Scottish accents. I mean, fair. That's fair. Fantastic Girl, you got buried in the chat. I'm sorry I did not see you. I hope things are going well. Let's see. John's Comics without kids. That's an easier rebrand. Just draw a big line through it, right? John's Comics with insects. Got a whole bunch of insects. Just surround yourself with them. No, I don't think that's going to work. With friends, if you actually have guests ever. Usually I do. This is the only show I usually don't. Cardstock says Aquaman is fun so far. Excited to hear how Adam's Green Lantern and Core series has been. Okay, I have not read that one. John's Comics with Cats. I have 1. So cat, singular, maybe. John's Comics with Bearded. John's Comics with Bourbon. That was both last night. That was both of them last night. That title implies he must drink during all streams, which would up the entertainment value. John Big Daddy Ross in the chat. He said, I'm getting out of work, going through that collection, John. Yes, I still have 5 or 6 boxes out in the garage that I have not had a chance to actually peruse. So yeah, a little bit farther behind. Ooh, this is the first appearance of Lady White. Okay, so that explains why I was a little bit like lost in the weeds on that. Yes, sometimes the chat moves a little fast and I'd end up like being a little bit off. If you go with insects, I can be Franklin Caterpillar. No, I'm not going to do that. I can guarantee that's not going to be one of the final choices. Well, let me know if you guys read Zatanna. I like Jamal Campbell a bunch, so I was a lock for this book, and then this variant was really gorgeous, so I snagged that one. You got to know. This was the week of the gorgeous lady covers, as I tend to usually stumble upon. Speaking of which, another gorgeous lady we can talk about, Magic. This one is from, I gotta remember the names here, Ashley Allen and German Peralta. I snagged the sketch variant because the truth is, anybody whose art is worth a salt could come up with a really great, sketch variant for this. So this is the perfect kind of book to throw into your collection. Excuse me, to throw into your collection and take to a con and have an artist do something on. So yes, I will definitely use this at some point. Have somebody do a really great cover for Magic. Maybe her and Zatanna hanging out together. I don't know. So let me give you a little bit of insight for the art here for this. We have Dark Child, right? We have a little history of the character from when she was a young kid to when she was stolen away to limbo to, the other alternate identity, the evil dark child inside of her. And then all the way to where she is now, where there is some debate, I guess, over her age. I understood her to be in her mid-20s. I understood her to be, beyond New Mutant age, where she's not a kid anymore. But she's also not into her 30s or anything like that. I took her to be a little bit older. She's now a member of the X-Men, so she's definitely like adult in that way. Here she is rushing off to rescue a town from some weird demons that are attacking. I like the artwork a bunch. The artwork was very, very strong in this issue. She's having a birthday, but they don't tell us which birthday. I feel like they're trying to hedge their bets, which is a frustrating thing that Marvel does sometimes, hedging their bets on things because they don't know the prevailing popularity. Instead of just making a decision like, no, she's 25 now, let's just say it. They're trying to like hedge their bets in some way. Kind of bugs me. But I enjoyed the action, the drawing. There's this gunslinger guy that I'm not familiar with. He looks like I don't know. He looks like a strange villain from the Two Towers or whatever. What's that Stephen King Dark Tower? He gives me the gunslinger vibes. He's got a gun and he's fighting. So this one was okay, not great, not awful, somewhere in the middle. I was hoping for a little bit more from it, but of the two magical books, still going with Zatanna. This is the bigger winner for me. Let's see here. John's Lost in Comics. John's Comics with John Cleese. That would be awesome. I'll check to see his availability and see what's going on. Eric says, I enjoyed Zatanna a lot. Didn't think it'd live up to the recent mini-series, but started strong. There you go. I was trying to think of one with the Lost title. John's Comics with Lost. With more John's Comics, and he has to go back. John's Comics with an actual reading of comics. I mean, I try. Another book with magic involved. How about Doom Academy? So all the books this week having to do with magical powers, I guess. Doom Academy issue 1 would be my least favorite of these three that I just talked about. Specifically, the artwork felt very cheap, very simple, and very like digitally kind of not super captivating in any way. The team behind this one I have never heard of before. Mackenzie Cadenhead, an artist is Pasquale Ferry. If anybody knows them, let me know what I missed. I snagged this for two reasons. Number one, I love Strange Academy, so I was looking forward to seeing a new writer exploring these characters because it's primarily been Scotty Young when it comes to these characters. And I also wanted to see how it relates to the Doom, One World Under Doom event that's going on right now. So I had to snag this. I liked this cover. It reminded me of Strange Academy issue 1, the A cover for that. So I snagged this A cover, issue 1. Overall, not a bad issue, just felt kind of meh, kind of bland, entertaining. I think I used the word solid. But now having maybe thought on it a little bit, maybe not as solid, maybe something in that range. Pasquale Ferry is the artist on the last Doctor Strange run. Really great stuff. Okay. So maybe I need to check out some of his other stuff. Doom Academy was my most anticipated read. It needs more Strange Academy. We all need more Strange Academy. I think that's fair. Let's see here. John's Comics with John. Lost Comics with John. Yeah, it's more Doom event stuff, and I still need to read a few of the other tie-ins digitally. I know that there was like a Thunderbolts or something. There was a couple more books that were Doom related because I want to keep up with this event and read a lot of the tie-ins to try to like see how the event carries, how well it goes. In the mood for comics. Ooh. John Locks and Keys. Oh, look, now we're getting it. Pasquale Ferry was the artist on the last two. Oh, sorry, I read that. What new channel name? Just numbers. Just the numbers. 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. My question, Ryan, is did you have to look those up? Did you know them? That was my question. Thunderstrike. There it is, Kev. Yeah, there were 2 or 3 other titles this week that had Doctor Doom, the event tie-ins, and I wrote them down in my hunt list or my pull list, I think. Let's see, where did I write it? Digital reading. X Factor. X Factor was another one that had a thing, and then Weapon X-Men. Those were the ones from this week that I need to read. Next week, there's an FF book and a Red Hulk book that are Doom-related tie-ins that I'll try to keep up on. We'll see how well I do. Channel name, 8675309. That's how many subs he has. Not yet. Not yet. What would that be? Let me math that out. Is that 8 million? 8,675,309. Not quite. Not quite there. I just like John Lost. That sounds true. John's Comics with Teenagers sounds really inappropriate. We already said no to this one. We already said no to that. That one's out. That one's not happening. But let's keep rolling here. We, of course, I don't know why it took me so long, but we have to talk that there's a new Storm issue. Look at this cover. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. I told you this is the week of gorgeous lady covers, like it is every week. And this cover, I don't even know who did this cover, but whoever it is, you have my gratitude and my money because I bought this. So there you go. Great cover. And I also snagged, this is, I think, so that was the C cover, and I snagged the B cover as well, which is the one I read. Love it. It almost looks like colored pencil design. Really gorgeous. So these were the ones that the 2 covers I snagged. I wanted it because it's Storm. It's so great. But also the interior artwork always blows me away. So stunning. This has Dr. Doom and Storm going head to head. This is the rebirth of Storm. She was murdered in the previous issue and then sort of captured by Oblivion and created into a literal goddess. The Eternity, I believe actually did that to her. And then we have a lot of discussion in and around these gods and kind of what their plan is in the universe and how they are competing against one another. And Storm is not necessarily completely in control of her faculties. So she wants to battle Doom, but he's unarmed, or at least acts like he's unarmed. Doom's always armed. And she can't. She's unable to fight him. And then she gets whisked away because she's basically being called to be the champion for Eternity. So Eternity is probably hinting at least, that they will choose. Come on, where's the lighting? There it is. We'll choose our little Storm as their champion in this battle of the gods. So that's kind of what's going on with this Storm storyline right now. They hinted at this from the beginning, and it's kind of been ongoing that Storm is going to be gaining a new version. This is Eternal Storm, right? The goddess version, the literal, not figurative up to now, goddess Storm. So this is where it actually happened. And now she's got this power and is being pulled into a bigger game. Hello to Black Crown Comics. Happy Saturday. Hope things are going well. Hope things are off to a good start. Cardstock says it's John's Comics with Storm. That Storm guy. Those could work. Let's just do that. JSS Brooklyn is in the chat. What's going on? This was all set up by Kelly and Lansing back in the Timeline of 2023 book. Over a year set up, the X-Men book in summer is going to be crazy. Messes with 50 years of Marvel lore. I'm assuming you're talking about Magic, the Magic book, but I'm not certain, Kevin, which book you're discussing specifically. Blackground Comics, always my brother, best to the family, says JSS. Brian LCS, another channel member, he was over on the Cliff on Comics morning show with Bizzle this morning. I was having a great time in their chat. They were having a blast. They were sharing the link to Brian's Kickstarter, which I don't have the thing up right now. I had it on my phone, but if anybody has the Kickstarter link for Brian, they can drop it in the chat. His second issue of The Doctor is almost, I think, 80% ready on Kickstarter. The funding has been going really well, and there's still a couple of weeks left. So we want to hit him and then get into some stretch goals for him. If you're a fan of Kickstarter comics, a fan of reading indie self-published books, then Brian is your guy. And that if anybody can drop that link for him, it's in the chat for Cliff's show, or he can get it to you on Instagram, any of that. And he's on Blame Fable. Yes, he was there last night. He's doing the rounds, man. He's doing the rounds. He's doing that hard work. When you create something for yourself, you've got to make the noise yourself. There's no publicity machine better than the creator themselves. So there you go. I got one more gorgeous lady cover, and it's not only the cover of the week, 1,000%. Not only is it the read of the week for me, 1,000%. It's also going to be next month, the March giveaway book on my channel, because I got two of them. This cover is so freaking good. I got two of them, gang. Yeah, this is more than Wonder Woman. This is incredible. This is wild. This cover is so freaking good. Wonder Woman continues to be the best book from the big two every month. Like, it just continues to be that phenomenal. If they ever remove Daniel Sampere from the art side of this book, I'm going to be just mortified, like horribly upset. Daniel Sampere has been doing such phenomenal interior art work. It's absolutely gorgeous. And much like Lucas Wernick on Storm, I think these are artists who are really crafting a consistency of vision for that storyline, so that a writer like Ayodele or Tom King can carry that story in the direction they want it to go. This issue was phenomenal. It starts with Wonder Woman sitting against the Washington Monument eating an apple. And I'm not opening these books because I don't want to damage the covers. It's the only one that's still in the bag. She eats the apple, gets up, walks across into the lawn for the White House, and basically is going in to attack the White House. And we know that this president in the storyline is a puppet, and that there is this evil organization that's been manipulating the world for generations. And she's stumbled upon their power and their machinations, and they have this lasso of lies that they've been manipulating with for a long time. But it's come to a head currently, and Wonder Woman has been relying on her friends to help her gain a foothold and fight back. The other Wonder Women, the Wonder Girls, have helped her in previous issues. This is now Wonder Woman owning her portion of this, right? She's been playing chess while the rest of them are playing checkers. And we get to see her throw down, and it all sets up the final issue. So what are we at now? 19 will be next month. 19 will be the end of this giant storyline, and it's been stellar. It's been phenomenal, and my hope is that whatever Tom King and Daniel Sampere have planned for the next giant story arc, if it's half as good as this, it's going to be an omnibus worthy run that I'm going to have to buy at some point, because it's just so riveting. It's just so entertaining. It does so much to support and back up the history of the character. You know, there's nods to George Perez, there's nods to her origins, and yet there's also building on and adding new things like the child, you know, Trinity, her new daughter. It's just really wonderful, and I can't recognize it enough. It's just so good. It's so good. Let's see here. Any excitement about Matt Fraction writing Batman? I did hear this rumor. I have not been excited about a Batman run for a long time. I almost always feels like it falls apart quickly, and I personally blame the need to publish 2 Detective Comics and 2 Batman books every month. I think it's a grind. It's a grind that I think wears those talents down quickly and dilutes the story, dilutes the quality. I'm not a fan. So I've tried Rom V's Detective twice. I jumped in at the beginning, didn't love it. Everybody said it was great. I came back, caught all the way up to present, and then it fell off again. So I think it just waxes and wanes so badly because of how much pressure they're under to get out 2 books a month. It's just a lot. So I can't. They don't hold up the consistency. So that's my frustration. Um, John summarizes comics. JSC. There you go. Oh wait. Yeah, you're right. Darn it. Darn it. Yeah, I got you, Lasso. I got you. John's comics with gorgeous ladies. That's just how I live my life. That's just how I live my life. If you're still here, I think Monica Bellucci should play a live action Zatanna. They've put her on a cover. Look, there she is. They put her right here, Carlito. That's Monica right there. Look at those thighs. Should crush you with those thighs, and you'd be happy for it. Let's see what we got. After the end, you, me, and Lasso need to discuss the whole run. I'm down. And if you want to even do a midway point after issue 19, when they finish that first major arc, I'm happy to do that. And then we can just see where it goes from there. They actually haven't done that last year or so. Each one, only one a month. Well, that's good. At least that's good. At least they've switched away from that. I'm happy to hear that. But again, it's just been so inconsistent. I tried the Zdarsky Batman, and yeah, it never hooked me. What is up, Damien? The sleepy readers in the chat. What's going on, my friend? I hope things are going well for you this Saturday. I just wrapped up discussing all my new comics for the week, all the new single issues that I've read. There's a few that I plan to read digitally, a lot that I mentioned. I try to keep up on the Absolute and Ultimate universes, even though I'm not absolutely fanatically excited about them. I try to keep up. In fact, I'm going to do a video, I think, this weekend, because now I've caught up on all the Absolute books. I'm ready to be a grouch again. I'm ready. The grouch is ready to come out again. He's born again. That's what I meant. After the Sovereign storyline ends in 19 or 20. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm down. I'm absolutely down. Happy to revisit these because they've just been so stellar. The other thing I've been reading has to do with what's coming up on the channel here. I've been continuing to work my way through this Doctor Doom omnibus because my man Stu over on Doctor Doom's fan club, he and I are talking about the second, how do I say it? The second quarter of this volume. We're going to get about to the midway point in this volume. It's a lot of the early Bronze Age storylines, supervillain team up. It's got the X-Men storyline where, Rogue Storm, takes over, the Doombot in Latveria. Arcade is in it. So there's a 3-issue X-Men storyline in here. And there's 2 Iron Man issues, 149 and 150 are in this section as well. So we're deep into the early part of the Bronze Age with this Doom omnibus, and that is Tuesday night on the Stu Dr. Doom's fan club YouTube channel. I will post it to my community tab like I always do, but you guys should subscribe. We talked, he and I, about the first part, the Silver Age Doom stuff, about 2 weeks ago. You can find that on my channel, and it's got his link there as well. But I've been enjoying learning the early Doom storylines, as goofy as they are. That would be my biggest complaint of the Silver Age, early Bronze Age stuff, is he is an absolutely goofy villain. He is not the powerful, impressive, horrifyingly dangerous Doom that we know currently. He is a much goofier villain, and some of his plans and execution are laughable, concerning, and laughable to me. So just something to think about. Let's see. Scott, I've been gazing at your drawing this morning. Oh, he's a very talented artist. I don't blame you for doing that. David Posner's in the chat. He said, I just finished reading New Gods 3. It will be a minute before my mind settles back down to earth. I heard a lot of great things, and I know that they had a mix of artists like Riccardo Federici and others working on the issue. something about, I mean, New Gods in general has never been a universe I cared a ton about. I liked the Mr. Miracle, universe and some of the Apocalypse stuff, and of course Big Barda. But I never got into the New Gods. And so when I saw this new title and Rom V's name, I was kind of like, I feel like I like Rom V and indies a ton. His indies are amazing. And then he moves over to the big two, and I'm like, Detective Comics. So I have not tried it. Part of me thinks I'll wait and read it as a trade because I'm hearing great things. I'm hearing very, very good things. Look, there it is in the chat. So it kept me from diving in. His name, which I love on indies, don't like on big two, and the New Gods topic, they kept me away a little bit. Lots of Barda. I like Barda. I've been enjoying her in the Birds of Prey, which I'm kind of reading digitally now and keeping up on. I've been enjoying the Birds of Prey with Barda as well. So maybe it's the age of Barda now. So that's the big stuff I've been reading. Let's get to the unboxing real quick before I get to the big channel stuff. So this arrived, and I pulled it out. I haven't looked inside. Whoa! This arrived from our friend in the chat, Actual Dracula. He's still there. I see him. Our Canadian homie. He sent me this in the mail, which I was not expecting. I did not know. Oh, I had no idea was incoming. And it even comes with stickers, which I'm super pumped on because I want to add these. I usually put these on my little store folios that I carry in cons, and they've got a bunch of community stickers on them. I even put some on my short boxes. I've got a lot of community member stickers all over the short boxes. But here's what the note says on this. I was not expecting it. He says, John, Scott, meaning this guy right there, won this sketch cover from me during the Heroes for Heroes auction, and he asked that I send it to you. So here you go. Hope you like it. I threw in another sketch cover I did as well, just for the hell of it, Adrian. So gang, this is going to be wild. This is going to be wild. Those stickers are highly sought after. I can tell, man. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous, and I'm ready. This is the one I like though. Come on, the Bela Lugosi with the sunglasses. Give me all day long. So huge thank you to both of these gentlemen. I had no idea this was happening. This is on a different plane of existence for me that I was not prepared for. My wife's like, you got a box from Canada. I was like, I don't know. She's like, what are you buying now, John? What are you doing? What are you spending your money on now, John? I was like, man, probably comics. I mean, I don't know. It's a fair bet. Safe bet. Okay. He's got all the pull tabs. He's got the blue tape and the pull tabs. I like all of that. Not that Scott Hoarder's Hide one. Yeah, nobody wants those. I actually have several of those. And I've even got a little switchblade from him, a little pop-out knife from him as well. What I need to get is a Pocan Joe blade. I need to bid on one of his, he does those incredible knives that he builds. Pocan Joe is entirely too talented a gentleman, if you guys are unfamiliar with him. All right, got that out of the way. All right. I got two books here. I don't know which is which. This one says Wolverine, so I'll do the Wolverine one first. I can just see that. What is up, Matt from Heroes for Hire? What's going on? Good to see you, sir. What would happen? Sorry. Ryan says, what would happen if I tell Mrs. Comics with Kids that you're buying 47 bucks? She would not be happy with me. Not be happy. What, are you sure it was me? But my brain is, it was the Hoarder's Hide Scott. Wrong credit. Now I get it. Lots of Scotts. It's the Hoarder's Hide Scott. Okay. Now I get it. All right. So I'm going to do this one first. This is the Wolverine one. Yo, look at that. Okay, how do I do this? Look at that. Holy cow. Look at the teeth. Yo, look at that. That is freaking dope. Adrian for the win. Look at that. That is cool, my guy. Justice for Scott. Just not sure which one, though. Yeah, justice for all the Scots. Justice for the Scots. That is fantastic. Adrian, dude. And it's even got, I love the blood splatter with your name on the back. That's fantastic. The Legion of Scots, because we have the Council of Johns as well. So I know that Big Daddy Ross, Brother John, there's a lot of us Johns out there. This is fantastic, my guy. Adrian, you crushed it. This is a variant for issue 300 of Wolverine. That is gorgeous, my dude. Wow, wow, wow. All right, and there's another book. There's another book here. So this is the other one we got right here. Oh, I remembered this one. Yes. That's fantastic. Oh my goodness. Magneto in the rain. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, Dracula. Try to get it a little closer for people to see a little more of the detail because that is stunning. The cape in the wind. Oh my gosh. Hoarder's Hide did it up right. Beckerman's in the chat. Beckerman, I'm sorry, Marcus isn't here, but you can feel free to throw all the shade at him you want. He'll probably catch this on the rewind. That is fantastic, Drac. Oh my goodness. And again, another blood splatter and his signature on the back. Dude, these are so gorgeous. Holy cow. I don't even know which one I can admit to liking better. They're both just so phenomenal. Oh my gosh. Brother, these are gorgeous. I'm going to be posting these today. Throw your sets up Saturday. Here is a set that is going to go up. My gang. Holy cow. So I'll try to get some good close-ups for people if they want to see them on Instagram. I'll put them up there so you guys can check it out. Best free comedy on the internet is this chat right now. I mean, they are very entertaining. I tried to buy an actual Dracula sticker online, and Interpol knocked on my door. It's fair. It's fair. That was fantastic, dude. I don't even know what to say, my man. That is too cool. And thank you to Scott Hoarder's Hide as well. And you know, and thanks to Scott Hazelwood too. I mean, you're all really good. You're all really good. There's lots of good people out there. So I appreciate all of you guys. That is crazy. That was phenomenal. Did we get a real Van Helsing sticker or Mark drop the ball? I got these two stickers. These will work for me. But this is the winner. That's the big prize for me. Is that the one with the glasses with the like spirals going around. That was crazy. Now I got one more to unbox here. This is one I did purchase. This is one that I did expect. Hoarder's Hide is a pretty kind fella, but you didn't hear it from me. Unless you're bidding against him on original art, Beckerman, because that's when the tiger comes out. And you never know. Scott will gut you. He'll get you and take you down. So I've lost many an original art competition to Scott over the years. But yeah, other than that, straight guy, straight up. I bought something from Karate Kevin, and this is his sticker, which is Godzilla in the in the karate outfit. So good. If you guys follow Karate Kevin, you might know what I'm about to unbox. And I may need to make like a separate video on this just because of the journey that this book took in the last few weeks. I think is kind of fascinating. But for those 20 of you in the chat right now, I can give you the synopsis and see what you think. Hopefully I'm going to be not going too far over an hour, but it looks like I'm getting pretty close. Oh, I trimmed my nails too recently, I guess. Christina Payne is in the chat. Hey, Christina, if you have a chance, I don't know if Brian LCS is still in the chat, but would you drop his Kickstarter link for me? I realize he was in the chat and I did not have access to the Kickstarter link. So I didn't take the time to jump over and grab it. But if you still have access to it, that would be wonderful. If not, I totally understand. So my man Karate Kevin posted a book, and I made a joke and immediately reached out to him and said, don't ever sell this without talking to me first. And he laughed and I laughed. And then he's like, what would you spend? I did the bare minimum amount of research, which is typical for me. And I pitched him on a price. And then he thought about it for a few days and he said yes. And the weird part is it's a book I already own. It's X-Men 105. This is a newsstand, which I think mine is as well. I don't think there were a lot of direct editions back in this time. This is issue 105 X-Men. Really great cover, really, really gorgeous book. And you might be like, well, John, why did you buy a book you already have? Firstly, the quality of the book is high. He said it could use a little press, and I'm going to open it up and look at the back. Thank you, Christina, for doing that. The link tree for Brian is right there. Carlito Nepotism Wrench. Carlito is chopped liver. He is. He really is. He fell asleep at the wheel, though. You never know. He doesn't know how to drop links. He's not aware of that. So you might be thinking, John, why did you buy this book? Back cover does look sharp. Like he said, it needed a little press. It was a little bumpy in the back, but no, it actually looks better than I thought he showed in the pictures. A really nice copy. Here's why I bought it. It says, to John from Dave Cockrum. That's why I bought this. I don't have a Dave Cockrum signed comic book until now. And to have it say to John right on it, it was funny because I was having a conversation with Magic Lasso last night, and he was saying, hey, do you have writers and artists write to John when they sign books for you? And I said, no, usually I just have them sign their name and it's fine. But I knew in my head, I was like, ha, 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 Magic Lasso, you're going to be excited because the new book I just got, my first Dave Cockrum signature, does say to John right on it. So that's why I reached out to Kevin. I saw the book and I jokingly said something to him like, oh, that book's got my name all over it. Or I've been looking for that book. Oh, you found my comic, kind of a thing. And then I said to him, look, if you ever sell it, that book's got my name on it. I want it. He asked me what my price would be. I told him, like, this is what the book in that grade kind of goes for raw. This is what a premium probably would be for that signature. Is that price fair? And he's like, oh yeah, that's fair, but I don't know if I want to sell it. And then he thought about it a little bit, and then boom, he came back and said, you know what? I think I'll take it. And I think he said he bought it and didn't know it was signed. And then he opened it and saw the signature and then posted it in a reel on his Instagram. And that's where I saw it. And I was like, oh crap, now this book, I need to own it. And that's the journey that this beautiful X-Men 105 took to be here in my house. I am so happy to have this book. So happy that I may, give me 1 second. I'm going to grab my 105 and compare because I might give my 105 away. I got it right over here. Keep those X-Men books close at hand. Let's see here. 105. Here we go, yo. Here we go. Yeah, my X-Men 105 looks to be at least in the same quality. So let's take a look here. Looks to be in a similar high grade. Really beautiful. Sharp corners. Nothing, no huge problems. But this 105 is damaged by an unproven signature. Is it though? Oh, I forgot Adrian had his business card in there too. I didn't see that, Adrian. It fell on the floor, but I will hold on to that and include it in my post on Instagram. This one does not have any signing. I'll double check for you. But yeah, great book. Phoenix versus Firelord comic. Yeah, gang, I'm going to say it now. I'm probably going to give this one away at some point. I'm not promising when, but we'll save that for the second half of the show, or the second portion of this show today, because I do have a discussion around giveaways. So let me add some tape to the back of these books here. I am a blue painter's tape guy. You're going to have to deal with it. If you don't like it, you can take the blue painter's tape off when I send books to you. But you're going to get blue painter's tape from me. That's how that works. So there you go. There's the new one for the collection. He is open for business. If you want your own actual Dracula sketch done, you reach out to this guy. You can also hit him up, watch for him during Heroes for Heroes or during Comics Curing Cancer. Or Adrian gives away a lot of his stuff to charity as well. He's incredibly generous that way. So definitely be aware that you can also find ways to get art from him throughout the year. But yes, open for business. Comic commissions are real. Okay. Boom. So I have a feeling this is going to be going into a pile over here that we will discuss momentarily. But I got a bunch of new friends jumping into the chat while I was distracted by my amazing new pickup. Thank you to Karate Kevin. Big appreciation to him. So let's back it up here a little bit. I missed some stuff. Christina dropped Brian's link. I appreciate that. For those of you wanting to support Brian LCS's Kickstarter, that is the link right there. Let's see. Minimal research shows up on the channel nowadays. It's fair. I am John's Comics with minimal research. It's all I got. It's all I got. I'm glad people are loving the signature. I was stunned by it. It's kind of the same way I stumbled on my John Byrne signature because I bought one of the magazine size Art of John Byrne books. And it was signed on the inside. I think my LCS knew, but they didn't upcharge the price. They just sold it to me for, the value of the book. I was pumped on that. It has crossed oceans of time to be with you. There's a good Dracula quote. Appreciate that. Yeah, I had to own that book, right? I had to own that. John's Comics with non-personalized, personalized signatures. There you go. There you go. I'm a cheapskate. I would have traded your copy plus cash. And I could have gone that route, but part of me was trying to think of fun things to give away. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just give away my other one. But that damaged signature is going to cost things, right? I have a New Gods 4 with a Kirby signature, and I have a Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen with a Kirby signature that I don't know if it's proven to be, because obviously it's kind of hard to do that. I've not gotten it verified or anything. We got my man Terry from the Bronze page. He's been dropping a lot of videos. So if you aren't subscribed to Terry, you should definitely consider doing that. I think he would appreciate it. And I think you'd be enjoying all the content he's dropping. Conlin Comics, he is entered, because at the end of this month, my channel members have a shot to win these 2 variants and a trade paperback from my collection. So he can pick, if he wins one of the trade paperbacks that I've got, a massive pile, Image, DC, Marvel. He can pick a trade paperback he wants and then get these 2. So I'll spin the wheel next Saturday and pick one of my channel members to win that. So he is on that wheel. He will be ready. Seems as though we should talk to Scott if we want actual Drac art. I mean, that might be a way to go. He could be representing him. I'm a fan of Painter's Tape 2. I threw away all the Scotch tape when I ripped a piece of Captain America's 105 cover. Ugh. That's hurtful. That's painful. I feel that. If you have crossed oceans of time, had to wait for the postal strike to that's always the way, right? You can cross oceans of time, but can you defeat the post office? How does he feel about Nosferatu? He says it was great. There you go. There you go. So let's talk lastly. 2 things. I've got the February giveaway box for my channel members coming up. I'm going to give that away next weekend. And then I'm already planning the March giveaway box. And I'm telling you, I'm going to include this gorgeous Wonder Woman cover. And I'm going to throw in another variant I find at some point and a trade paperback. So I'm already looking ahead at next month's giveaway for the March channel members. So lots of goodies getting sent out. But let's talk what we're really excited about. I am now about 75 subscribers away from 3,000, which is monumental for me. Way above and beyond my expectations for this silly YouTube channel. 3,000 subscribers is a massive, massive number. And I'm already starting to compile my giveaways. I posted on Instagram that I'm going to give away this slab, the first cameo appearance of Mystique, even though if I can't say the word appearance, I'm going to be giving away this slab, Miss Marvel issue number 16. Right, there's the 2 cameos where she's in disguise, and then the big reveal in issue 18. So that's going to be given away. I'm going to now add X-Men 105, my original copy, really nice high-grade copy of X-Men 105. I'll give that away. I've got a ROM Space Knight 31, one of the early appearances of Rogue. Great comic book. I'm going to be giving that away. Let's see what else I got here. What else should I give away? What else should I give away? Ooh, I got some Jim Lee Extinction Agenda X-Men. I'm going to give away a couple of those. I got the Resurrection of Elektra Frank Miller Daredevil. Let's give all this stuff away. I got lots of goodies to give away. What else do we got? Oh, DC fans. How about some good Silver Age Superman? Some fun checkerboards. I got an older Doom. Whoop, if I put it in front, you can actually see it. Well, how about juggle them around? There you go. Doom Patrol, issue number 98. Old Doom Patrol. Is that Rogue's first cover appearance? I mean, she's in shadows on the Avengers Annual 10, right? And then that ROM cover and the Uncanny X-Men came out at the same time, right? I don't remember. It's hard to choose which one was her second or third or whatever appearance. How about a Adventure Comics 424? Another early 20 center. So throwing those in the giveaway pile. Here is a World's Finest issue 220. It looks like a weird monster that Batman and Superman are fighting. I thought it was Swamp Thing, but now I look at it and it's something else. Let no man write my epitaph. Oh, that's Metamorpho. That's Metamorpho. So there you go. World's Finest. Here's another World's Finest 203. This looks like a Nick Cardy cover almost. I don't know. And now Earth is ours. Oh, some goodies. And then I got some Justice League 100 pagers. I got Justice League 114, turning them young again, old again, making the Justice League. They got beards now. Look, the Superman's got a beard. Batman's got a beard. You get old, you get a beard. Is that how that works? Aquaman's got a beard. Green Lantern's got a beard. Throw some of those in. Maybe I'll do like an old DC box and let a bunch of people get some of those. Here's a Justice League of America 94. Looks like somebody is working with Deadman. It says Sandman and Starman. That looks like Deadman climbing out of Aquaman's body there. I don't know. So I got some older stuff going on here. 84 Justice League of America. So I got some. I think I'll do an old, vintage DC box as well, and I maybe throw together an X-Men box because I got some X-Men goodies. So I'm working on a few giveaway boxes to do for my 3,000 subscriber giveaway party. It'll probably be in about a month or two, depending on when I hit the mark and when I can then schedule a live stream. But what I will do is have at least 4 different giveaways. I'll have a couple for the chat, for the people that are there that night in the live stream. I'll spin the wheel. I'll throw a hashtag in the chat, spin the wheel, and give away some prizes to some people in the chat. I'll have one that is for channel members. I'll load all those names, spin the wheel, and give something away to the channel members. And then I'll probably do a commenters prize pack. And that's going to be for anybody between the video I dropped on Thursday and the day of the party. I will probably mention at the end of several live streams and at the end of several edited videos, if you leave a comment, you'll get an entry, meaning 1 entry per person. I'm not going to, if you comment on all the videos, you still just get 1 entry, but I'll add everybody's name onto a wheel, spin the wheel, and give something away to the people who commented on the videos because I like doing that. But I only usually mention that, like I'm doing now, at the end of the live stream. You have to stick around at the end and realize, oh, wait, this is a video that I could leave a comment on. So that's the prizes. Those are some of the prizes I'm working on. I'm considering buying a couple of things or snagging a couple other things and just elevating the prizes so that there's a lot of good stuff that people can win because it's crazy. It's crazy to be hitting 3,000 subscribers, and it's a chance to, I think, to give some fun things out and have a party and hang out and have a good time. So that's coming up probably at the beginning of April, more than likely. Maybe the end of April, depending on how quickly we go through the last 75 subscribers. We'll see how quickly we get there. But those are some things coming up on the channel, some giveaways of some stacks of comics that I'm preparing to send out to the community at some point or another. So be ready for all of that. That's it, gang. I've already gone almost an hour and 15 minutes. I don't want to take too much of your Saturday up, but let's talk about things that are coming up. In about 3 hours, I'm going to be on the MJ Comics YouTube channel. James is hosting a Let's Talk show, and apparently he's run out of really top tier guests because he's scraping the bottom of the barrel, but I'm going to be on his stream. He's had some massive guests. I'm genuinely nervous to be on MJ's channel, on James's channel. I mean, you talk about Bueller and Tom and Gem Mint and Sticky Goose, and I mean he's had some very big channels come and hang out. I don't know how I made the list, but we will see if I can hold my own for a couple of hours and have some laughs. I know he is a big Lost fan, so my hope is to get him way off the rails and just talking about the greatest TV show I've ever watched and get into the weeds on some fun discussions. So I'm sure we'll talk Lost. We're also big comic nerds, so I'm sure maybe some comic stuff will come up as well. So definitely excited to be over there on his channel. It's 1 o'clock my time, so that's 4 o'clock Eastern, and I don't even know in the UK how late. It's probably near his bedtime in the UK. So that'll be 1 my time, 4 Eastern, talking on the MJ Comics YouTube channel. Then tomorrow I'm hoping to do D&D over on White Whale Comics YouTube channel. And then Tuesday night I'm on Stu's Dr. Doom's fan club and doing a discussion around Dr. Doom. And then Wednesday I'm on Wednesday I'm on Magic Lasso's YouTube channel, and we're going to be talking about Justice League of America Silver Age and Avengers Silver Age, our next head-to-head competition. I believe we're on issue number 9, which is the first appearance of Wonder Man, not Wonder Woman, Wonder Man. And we'll get into the weeds a little bit on Silver Age team comic books over on his YouTube channel. So lots of things going on next week. I don't think I have anything on Thursday. It's possible I got stuff going Friday or Saturday, but it's too far away to think about. Too far away. Sticking to 1 week at a time, gang. 1 week at a time. Let's show the channel members. Let's show the folks that are currently eligible to be spun on that wheel. There are the New Mutants crew, Legion of Comics, Cliff on Comics, Perry and TK's Comic Lore channel, Rod the Rican, Brian LCS, Mark Spector, Dave is on there, Fable is on there, Conlin's on there, Dr. Doom's fan club, and Derek are all on the New Mutant side. My new Comic Book Day Coalition homie Rob Boswell is holding it down. He's going to tell me a book for February that I get to do a review for. That's going to be coming up soon. X-Men Squad, Old Wolf, X11 Bravo, the very first channel member. Zarobinski, what's up, Z? He is on there. Bearded Comic Bro, Coach Vic, JG, JP Budget Collecting, and Matt and Clemson. Those are the X-Men crew members. So those gentlemen and ladies will get their chance to be spun on the wheel next Saturday. So be ready for that. And I will say, yes, watch out. Don't mess around with the numbers. You're messing around. I'm actually rewatching Lost with the girls right now. We are on season 5, nearing the end of the time travel portion. Having a good time with that. Whew. All right. So gang, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get to cleaning up all this mess, posting some fun stuff. Thank you to Actual Dracula. Big thanks to Kevin, Karate Kevin, for giving me that deal. And Scott Hoarders High, big thanks to him for gifting me some artwork, some original art sketch covers. So that was really unexpected. I really appreciate it. And for this channel, I'm not going to be doing anything here, but I'll be across the YouTubes. I'll be posting my normal videos on Monday and Thursday. I'm going to be doing something on the Absolute Universe, discussing some of those books. And I'll be doing... what's the other video next week? Oh, discussions about Golden Age comics is coming up next week. So lots of good things to talk about for comic books, and I hope that everybody will check it out. Until then, I'll see you guys in a few hours over on MJ Comics at 1 o'clock Pacific. I'll get it. Peace.